Ladies and gentlemen, welcome inside Shuford Memorial Gymnasium for the special Senior Day edition of this South Atlantic Conference between the visiting Anderson Trojans and the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. Along with my broadcast partner, Chris Rickenbaugh, I am Director of Athletic Communications, Jeremy Zalakin. Chris, I know you're just a junior here at Lenoir-Rhyne, so this is kind of like looking in the future, but Senior Day, always a special day and an emotional day.
Oh, absolutely. I can remember back in high school through the sports that I did, Senior Day was always a special day. You always want to show out. You always want to play your best on Senior Day, and you can believe that these three women today are going to want to go after it.
Three seniors today be honored before the game in just a couple of minutes here in Shuford Gymnasium. Kennedy Waite, Addison DeLucas, Olivia Nunn are three seniors. And not only are we celebrating Senior Day today, Chris, we also get to see some fans in the stands for the first time since last March.
Oh, yeah. You know these ladies are going to be they're going to be so excited to hear some crowd noise, see their parents and a couple students in the stands today. The three seniors that we're celebrating, they've played tough this entire season. We know what kind of season it's been. It's been very tough for everybody as we're taking a look at the crowd right now, and they want to go all out today. They want to get this win against Anderson.
Yeah, limited crew of about 25 fans in attendance, and we also got some cheerleaders today. So, going to be welcoming some people into the shoe here that haven't been in yet this year. So, very exciting for this afternoon's matchup. As we mentioned, we'll be honoring the seniors here in a couple of minutes. But, Chris, before we do that, why don't we just take a look at the opponent, the Anderson Trojans?
Yeah, the Anderson Trojans are 11-6 coming into this game. They won the first matchup between the Bears, but that was one of the first games of the season, so everything is different for both teams. Now, Anderson's sitting fifth in the SAC conference, but the biggest stat on the line today is they are number one in the nation in block shots and rebounds. For block shots, are averaging 7 per game with 108 total on the season, and for rebounds, they have 783 total, averaging about 46 per game. And with this Lenoir-Rhyne team, they struggle a little bit on the rebound side, but when they rebound well, they win the game. So the biggest thing for the Bears today, they're going to have to out-rebound the Trojans. But Anderson is really, really strong. They have about 6 players averaging 8 to 11 points per game, and so they are very, very balanced. I highlighted about 4 different players, Samantha Michelle, Brittany Bailey, Taylor Hare, and Jemiah Cutler. Samantha Michelle's their leading scorer. She's averaging about 11 points per game, 8 rebounds, and just about 3 blocks. In her last game against Virginia Wise, she had 18 points and 14 rebounds. So you know this is a very lethal Anderson Trojan team.
You know, and it's a team that Lenoir-Rhyne is striving to be. Anderson has won 4 of the past 6 regular season conference championships, had some postseason success, and, you know, with new head coach Graham Smith, I'm sure in a couple of years he would love to be at the top of this South Atlantic Conference fighting for the regular season title, just like Anderson has done a handful of times.
Oh, absolutely. This Bears team isn't a bad team. You know, obviously the record doesn't show that, but we've seen bursts and spurts of really good things throughout the year, and I've really just narrowed it down to limiting the mistakes. We saw when they only had 8 players on the floor, they were able to really run their offense, create shots, and really rebound, in which the last couple games they haven't. And I think the biggest stat that I saw, they had 23 missed chances off of the 3-point shots, and that left 46 possible points off the board for the last 2 total games, and they were both really close. So imagine if they just set up their shots and ran their plays instead of taking those high-chance 3-point plays. Those two games could have been very, very different outcomes.
Yeah, you know, a 4-point loss to Mars Hill on Monday, a 1-point loss to Wingate on Wednesday is what Chris is referring to on these 2 close ones recently. And, you know, those can go either way, and those are big momentum swingers because you could come into this game with a 2-game winning streak, and instead we've dropped a couple in a row. And in this head-to-head series, Anderson has won 6 straight, and they own the all-time series 17-7. So Lenoir-Rhyne trying to snap a couple streaks today, 1 overall in the loss column and 1 against these Trojans head-to-head.
Yeah. Our seniors today, Addison DeLucas, Olivia Nunn, and Kennedy Waite, we're going to be celebrating Kennedy Waite. What a game she had. She's closing in on the 200 total threes mark. She's at 188 total today, looking for 200. You know, she had an amazing game against Mars Hill. She had 26 points, and she shot 50% on her three-pointers. As we're looking at Lenoir-Rhyne's lineup today, Kennedy Waite, Addison DeLucas, Emily Harmon, Olivia Nunn, and Nakia Hooks.
Yeah, we've seen the Bears throw a lot of lineups out there this season, and unfortunately we've had some setbacks with COVID and injuries and whatnot, but we've seen as many as 7 people dress and as many as 21. So a lot of different lineups as you take a look at Anderson, Cutter, Gatson, Michelle, Bailey, and Bailey starting. As we're going to send it down here in a matter of seconds to public address announcer Steve White, who's going to take us through these Senior Day festivities as we honor our 3 seniors.
I'm living my life like Beanie. R.I.P. my brother Beanie. I stacked them right to the ceiling. That he can't beat me.
Hello and welcome once again to the campus of Lenoir-Rhyne University, Schufer Gymnasium and John Lynch Court for today's doubleheader between the Anderson Trojans and the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears. It's Senior Day for the LR women. At this time, the Lenoir-Rhyne women's basketball team would like to recognize and honor the contributions of its 3 seniors. We turn your attention to the baseline for the Senior Day presentation. Our first senior is from Harrisonburg, Virginia, number 14, Addison DeLucas. Addison has stepped up in a major way as a senior and played all 40 minutes in 3 straight games. On January 25th, DeLucas notched her first career double-double with 18 points and 11 rebounds, both career highs. On top of her on-court success, DeLucas is a standout in the classroom as well with a 3.97 cumulative GPA. Accompanied by her mother, Vanine, and her father, Jim, number 14, Addison DeLucas. Our next senior is from Lexington, North Carolina, number 32, Olivia Nunn. Nunn fought back from a season-ending injury a year ago and has posted career highs in almost every statistical category this season. Nunn recorded her first career double-double on January 13th when she had 13 points and grabbed 11 boards at UVA Wise and has started 7 games for LR this season. She is a standout in the classroom as well, as she owns a 3.85 cumulative GPA, being accompanied by her mother, Tracy, and father, Mike, number 32, Olivia Nunn. And our final senior is from Manteno, Illinois, number 10, Kennedy Waite. On Monday, Kennedy became the all-time leader in Lenoir-Rhyne women's basketball history in three-pointers made for a career with 188. Kennedy has played in 79 career games and over 2,000 minutes for LR. She averages 9.9 points per game and is just 17 points shy of 800 for her career. On top of being a standout on the court, she owns a 3.7 cumulative GPA, being accompanied by her mother, Linda, and father, Kurt, number 10, Kennedy Waite.
And, you know, one of the most important things that I just heard in that pregame, all three of these seniors, great ambassadors of Lenoir-Rhyne, each with at least a 3.7 cumulative GPA. Not all contributions that seniors make are on the court. These three do a lot on the court as well as off the court.
Absolutely. On and off the court, all these Bears, they had one of the highest GPAs out of all the teams in Lenoir-Rhyne. And
we're going to...
Time now for the starting lineups. First for the Anderson Trojans. Starting at forward, 6-foot junior from Santa Rita, Guam, number 32, Brittany Bailey. At forward, a 6'1 senior from Apex, North Carolina, number 12, Samantha Michelle. Starting at guard, a 5'7 sophomore from Savannah, Georgia, number 3, Jemiah Cutter. At guard, a 5'10 sophomore from Salisbury, North Carolina, number 4, Mackenzie Gatson. At guard, a 6-foot freshman from Elizabethton, Tennessee, number 23, Caitlin Bailey. Trojans are coached by Jonathan Barbary in his 5th season, assisted by Nicole Razor and Cassie Beer. And now, welcome to the floor, your starting 5 for your LR Bears. Starting at forward, a 5'9 sophomore from Auburn, Georgia, number 35, Nakia Hooks. Starting at forward, a 5'6 freshman from Chesapeake, Virginia, number 20, Emily Harmon. Now your seniors, in the middle, 6'1 senior from Lexington, North Carolina, number 32, Olivia Nunn. At guard, a 5'8 senior from Harrisonburg, Virginia, number 14, Addison DeLucas. And at guard, a 5'5 senior from Manteno, Illinois, number 10, Kennedy Waite. The Bears are coached by Graham Smith in his 1st season, assisted by Andre Timmerman and Peter Heron.
All right, we are moments away from tip-off here in the shoe, and just taking a look at the all-time head coaching record for the Anderson head coach, Jonathan Barbary. 108-32 at Anderson. Not a bad mark, huh, Chris?
No, that's a pretty good mark coming into your however many seasons he's had. That's just dominating.
As we take a look at the Anderson starting lineup, a pair of Baileys, Samantha Michelle, Mackenzie Gadsden, and Jemiah Cutter. And meeting the Bears starting 5, the 3 seniors, Waite, DeLucas, Nunn, are joined by freshman Emily Harmon and sophomore Nakia Hooks, as we are about to tip it off with Olivia Nunn in the middle, with Brittany Bailey, a junior, 6-foot junior from Guam. And we are underway here in the shoe. The jump ball to Anderson as they are ready to set up some offense here. The first possession of this afternoon's doubleheader. Chris, we haven't had many of those this year, but excited to get 80 minutes of basketball today.
Absolutely.
Working around the perimeter. The Bears starting in a 2-3 zone. Skipped across court. Cutter for three is no good. The offensive rebound up and good.
Yeah, for the Bears, that's okay to give up. You want to make them shoot threes. They're only hitting 25% on the season, so that's probably their game plan coming into the day is take away those easy shots down low and inside the paint and make them shoot those three-pointers.
And we mentioned that offensive rebounding was going to be a big key, and Anderson started early, but Kennedy Waite on senior day ready to have a big one.
Yeah, coming off her 26-point game against Mars Hill, 50%, 5 for 10 from beyond the arc. She's feeling it, and she's ready to get going.
A little high-low for Anderson. That one is off the mark, and Emily Harmon grabs the board. A very high rebounder for a guard. She's averaging almost 7 rebounds per game for the Bears. As Lenoir-Rhyne gets ready to set up their half-court offense. Just over a minute into this one, 2-2. DeLucas has it on the wing. She's going to look for hooks. Nunn dumps down, and there's a nice high-low. Nunn puts it up, no good. Good look, but doesn't fall. But Harmon with her second rebound of this possession as the Bears get a reset, 20 seconds to shoot.
That's something that the Bears, I wish they would do a little bit more throughout the season is utilize Olivia Nunn down inside the paint. Her height, not a whole lot of people can compete with that.
Hooks puts one up. She's no good, but another offensive rebound for the Bears. Nakia Hooks swings it to Emily Harmon on the wing. Harmon puts it on the floor to the right, drive and kick. Hooks jumper from the baseline is good. Emily Harmon on the assist, makes a little creating with her dribble, finds Hooks for an open jumper, and it's 4-2 LR.
Yeah, good rebounding, good movement, and creating an open shot is all the Bears can ask for right now, getting an early lead 4-2.
Bears stay in this zone. Tipped away by DeLucas, and the Bears are going to come up with a steal, pushing it. Numbers if they want it. DeLucas open on the wing. She was ready for a shot there, but we're going to run an offense instead of looking in transition as Harmon has it on the baseline. A little disjointed possession right now, so Harmon's going to hoist a three, and she's going to bury it. 7-2 Bears as Harmon knocks down the first triple of this contest.
Yeah, Emily Harmon's been quiet over the past 2 games, but expect her to start feeling herself a little bit more, taking a couple more shots, and really being a dynamic player for this Bears team as she has been all season. As we're going to see Anderson miss 3-point.
Addison DeLucas is going to dribble up. She's going to find Harmon in transition. Harmon's going to pull it out, run some offense. High screen from Olivia Nunn. 15 to shoot for Lenoir-Rhyne. Kennedy Waite at the three-point line where she's most comfortable, but she's going to pull up for 2 and leave it just a little short. Nunn battles for the board, cannot retrieve it as Anderson heads down to the offensive end. Finds it into the post. Fadeaway is no good. Kennedy Waite pulls it off. Brittany Bailey, that was on the jump shot attempt, no good. And the Bears look to set something up on the offensive end.
Yeah, we saw when the Bears only had about 8 players, they were able to set up their offense, create open shots, and I think that's what they're going back to today. Down low to Olivia Nunn getting the foul.
Nunn draws a foul. Second possession where they've gone high-low with Nakia Hooks entering it into Olivia Nunn. Nunn draws the foul, and she's going to head to the line shooting a pair.
The Bears have played pretty well off of the free throw line. It's been very crucial late in the games, as we saw just a few days ago. Olivia Nunn misses the first one.
And her second is up and good. Shooting 65% from the line from her career. She goes 1 of 2 that time, and the Bears take an 8-2 lead. 6:06 remaining in this first quarter as Anderson trying to figure out this pesky 2-3 zone from Lenoir-Rhyne. They haven't been able to figure it out just yet. Only point they had is off an offensive rebound, but that's a good look right there for Bailey. No good. Harmon with the rebound. She's going to push. Goes behind her back, but decides to pull it out and set up some offense. The pseudo point guard for the Bears. She's more of a combo guard, but she's running the one with this lineup as Nunn tries to answer the favor and do a little high-low with Nakia Hooks, but that one gets knocked away as Anderson looks to push in transition. Nothing yet on this offensive possession, but they'll be patient. They've shown so far they'll be patient. Bailey with another jumper, and that one is long. And Nakia Hooks with the defensive rebound as Lenoir-Rhyne started strong.
This goes back to the Bears taking away those inside shots. They are not going to make it easy for the Trojans today. They want them to shoot those three-pointers.
Kennedy Waite drives and kicks to Olivia Nunn on the baseline. Good look, but Harmon with the offensive rebound. She puts it up, but it is rejected. You mentioned those block shots earlier, and Michelle knocked that one away.
Yeah, leading the nation in block shots, averaging 7 per game. That's going to be tough for the Bears to overcome, but you want to see them go to Olivia Nunn. She's got that height. She can put it over the heads, especially down in the paint. She's going to be very important today.
No stoppages in this one yet as we're at the 4:40 mark. No substitutions as the Bears are running with their 3 seniors. DeLucas takes the ball screen. She's going to swing it to Emily Harmon. Harmon finds Nakia Hooks. It gets poked away, but Hooks comes back with it. 5 to shoot. A bomb from Emily Harmon is no good. Gets knocked around, and Anderson's going to come up with the rebound. Gadsden's pushing for the Trojans.
Yeah, it's all right for Lenoir-Rhyne to take those shots. I know Emily Harmon and Kennedy Waite like to take those three-point plays, but they need to settle down, and obviously she had an open shot. Time was running down. She took a clean shot and just missed this time.
8-2 heading into this first media timeout. We'll be back shortly on the Bear Sports Network.
Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
An 8-0 scoring run for Lenoir-Rhyne has given them an 8-2 lead with 4 minutes and 12 seconds in this first quarter. A good start for the Bears.
Yeah, 8-2 is about as good as you can ask for right now. I know the Bears only have 3 wins per season. They normally play very, very well in the second quarter, so getting out to this early lead in the first is very, very big for them. As we see Ashley Woodruff come onto the court now, as well as Mallory Sherrill. Ashley Woodruff hit a pretty big milestone the other night, hitting 300 career points in the fourth quarter Wednesday night. So she is definitely doing well this season.
As we got another block shot, and I believe that was Michelle that got another one. That's her second of the day, and that one actually bounced off of Nakia Hooks and heads out of bounds, so that's going to be Trojans ball. And you mentioned Ashley Woodruff with 300 points. Impressive for really just a little over a year in a Lenoir-Rhyne uniform. So bright future for Ashley Woodruff ahead. As Anderson, again, trying to figure out this 2-3 zone. Corner look is open but no good, and the offensive rebound and putback.
Yeah, those are those rebounds that Lenoir-Rhyne has to have. You cannot let Anderson get those second chance points.
That was Cutter with the putback, and all of Anderson's points have been second chance points so far as Lenoir-Rhyne has stopped that first look. Harmon dribbling up top. She's going to find Woodruff. Woodruff on the wing. She's dangerous. She's calling for a ball screen. Sherrill sets it. Goes under the screen, gives her an open look from the elbow, but it is no good, batted around, and we got an aggressive rebound there from Brittany Bailey. Mallory Sherrill ends up on the floor, and the foul is on her as she went for that board but couldn't come up with it, and Bailey gets credited with the board and a foul to Sherrill. So just the first foul of the game for Lenoir-Rhyne, one each way, as we have 3 minutes left in this first quarter.
Yeah, Brittany Bailey is their leading rebounder with 140 on the season. And against Tusculum just 2 games ago, she had 20 points and 11 rebounds. So a couple of these Trojans are coming off really, really strong nights.
Entry inside is going to be no good, and Mallory Sherrill grabs the defensive rebound. Again, Harmon doing a lot from the point guard position today, and she's going to find Ashley Woodruff. Woodruff on the wing again. She hits Harmon. Harmon with the ball on the left wing. She puts it behind her back. She finds Sherrill in the middle. Mallory with a good look, but no good. It looks like the Bears are content to kind of pound it inside early in this one.
Yeah, that's what they kind of have to do. That's what they were really successful with a couple games ago, is Mallory Sherrill gets a steal.
She's going to take it. She's not used to dribbling the ball down the court, so she's going to find Kennedy Waite, who's open for three, and that is deadly. You don't leave Kennedy Waite open from three, and that's 189 on her career.
Yeah, the Trojans are going to learn that pretty quick. As you said, 189, looking for 200. She's off to a strong start, 5 points on the night so far.
That's an 11-2 run over the last 7-16 of this one for Lenoir-Rhyne. Anderson working the ball around the perimeter. They're going to find it inside to Bailey. Bailey turns around, and that is no good. Harmon with the defensive rebound. Her third board of the game so far in this one. She drives and kicks it to Ashley Woodruff, who puts it on the floor with her left hand. She's going to find Nakia Hooks, who gets it back to Emily Harmon, setting up some offense here with 18 left to shoot. Kennedy Waite on the perimeter. Hits Mallory Sherrill. Again, a little high-low action. Kicks it back to Sherrill. Sherrill puts it on the ground. And the bank is open for Mallory Sherrill. 2 more for the redshirt freshman.
She's been very quiet the last 2 games, only combining for 14 points and 5 rebounds, but we've seen what she can do. She put up career highs back-to-back nights. She really reminds me of Carly Bearden when she used to play. She could very easily take over games. She was very strong in the paint, and Mallory Sherrill just really reminds me of how she played and brings an element to this Bears team that they've been looking for.
Cutter buries a 3 to make it 13-7 as Lenoir-Rhyne looks to get inside one more time. Sherrill in the post. She's going to hit Emily Harmon, who's going to pull it back out for Kennedy Waite. We've seen her shoot it from there, but she's not going to take this one. She's going to get a ball screen from Nakia Hooks. She's going to pull from 3. Just a little long, but Emily Harmon with the rebound. A new 20 for the Bears. 33 seconds remaining, so about 14-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Harmon takes the ball screen, and she buries her second 3 of this first quarter. 16-7 Bears.
Bears coming out to a very, very strong start. Emily Harmon and Kennedy Waite leading the score. Emily Harmon with 6 points, Kennedy Waite with 5. Both from beyond the three-point line, coming off to a very strong first quarter.
4 seconds left. Anderson, only seconds to go. They toss up a 3, and Cutter knocks it down the dagger to end this first quarter, and it's going to be 16-10. Lenoir-Rhyne after 1 quarter of play. We will take a minute here and come back on the Bear Sports Network, provided by NBA Roofing.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August
Back inside Shuford Gym after 1 quarter of play. I don't know that you would have had this one if you would have guessed before the game, but Lenoir-Rhyne actually out-rebounding the Trojans 12-8. In this one, 4-2 on the offensive boards. And we talked about Anderson as one of the best rebounding teams in the nation. So let's see if Lenoir-Rhyne can keep this up for the next 3 quarters.
Yeah, that's going to be crucial for Lenoir-Rhyne just to keep ahead of the Trojans in rebounding. If they out-rebound the Trojans today, they are going to win the game. They've been out-rebounded 83-65 throughout the last 2 games, and we've seen the results on the board. If the Bears keep doing what they did in the first quarter, maybe they don't have to be as explosive, but they keep hitting their shots, making clean passes, and not turning over the ball, they are going to be successful today, and they're going to win.
We got Harmon Crooks in for the first time, along with Sydney Wilson for the first time. Sherrill and Woodruff round out the 5, as Emily Harmon is feeling it. Her third 3 of this first half, and the freshman came ready to play on senior day.
Yeah, back-to-back three-point shots, 9 points on the night so far, 5 rebounds. She's looking for that double-double early.
Give her 6 boards as she pulls that one down, and she's pushing, looking for numbers. She finds a wide-open Woodruff, who puts it up, and that's a bucket in transition as the Bears extend their lead to 11.
It is amazing to watch Emily Harmon play. She's such a dynamic player, and she adds a different element to this team. Her and a few other players just really bring different elements together, and they make this Bears team very, very dangerous if they can put it all together.
Anderson with the miss, and the Bears looking to set up again. Anderson shooting just 25%, ice cold so far in this one. Hopefully that stays up for the next 2.5 quarters as Woodruff drives, gets it rejected to Crooks, who gets it rejected, and it's a block party for the Trojans, who are the leaders of the nation in block shots.
Samantha Michelle, that's her second block on the night. The Bears can, that's the only problem with playing down inside the paint. Maybe with Olivia Nunn, they could put it over the top, but those shorter players, it's going to be tough, especially with how this team, this Trojans team plays. 4
block shots already for Anderson in this one. They average about 7 a game. As Woodruff dribbles, 5 to shoot. She's going to gypsy do, no good. Blakely Crooks fighting for the offensive rebound. She's going to cause a tie-up. It looked like an Anderson board, but Blakely Crooks stuck her nose in there to tie it up, but this one is going to head to Anderson's direction as the Trojans staring at an 11-point deficit. In this one, 8:28 to go. We got a substitution. Alexis Tate is going to enter, a 5'10 senior guard from Auburn, Alabama. She will take the place of, let's see, we got heading out is Mackenzie Gadsden.
We see Sydney Wilson come in for the Bears. That's another element down low. Her and as well as Nakia Hooks combined for 16 points per game in the last 2 games, as well as combining for a couple of rebounds.
They're going to get that one inside. Wilson with solid defense, but that's a tough shot. A bucket. Nalia Wilson puts that one in. Her first basket of the afternoon.
That's not bad for the Bears. You want to force the Trojans to take those tough shots. They'd rather have them taking them out on the three-point line, but taking those tough shots, they're going to go down occasionally, but they played pretty good defense down inside the paint.
Harmon, another 3 is up and good, and she is on fire. 12 points, 4 of 5 from 3. 6 boards already in this one. We got 7.5 left in the second quarter. The freshman feeling it today.
Yeah, don't fix what isn't broken. Let her shoot the ball.
Anderson pounds it inside one more time. Wilson can't finish. We're going to get an offensive rebound, but it's poked away by Cheryl. Cheryl up to Woodruff. Woodruff on the break by herself, and she finishes 26-12. We're going to get a timeout. Coach Barbary needs a timeout to talk this one over as this Trojans stare a 26-12 deficit with just 7 minutes left in this second quarter.
Southside Power and Fitness provides an exclusive discount of almost 50% off.
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found the expert for my heart.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Well, coming into this one, Emily Harmon's season high, career high in three-pointers made was 2, as we see this fast break bucket by Ashley Woodruff. She's already hit 4 in this one, as the Bears have a 26-12 lead with 7:11 left in the second quarter.
out-rebounding the Trojans 16-10 right now. They need to keep that up if they want to continue to be successful. Yeah, the 26-12 lead is very, very big right now, as the Bears like to have a big second quarter. We'll see if they can continue that.
Bears been sitting in this 2-3 zone this whole half, and it's been effective, but that one is going to be a foul, a shooting foul on the Bears. That one is whistled to Sherrill, and that's 2 fouls for the redshirt freshman. And we are going to send to the line number 30, Nelia Wilson will be shooting a pair. Nelia misses the first, but she will have a second attempt.
A little bit of a slow start for the Trojans, only 12 points on the board so far. But with how balanced they are, you expect them to be maybe a second-half team. So they don't look very flustered right now, which that means the Bears need to put more points on the board. But they have to do it calmly. They have to take their open shots, keep rebounding.
You know, if you think back to the first matchup between LR and Anderson way back in December, the Bears ran out to a big lead after the first quarter. And Anderson came back and won that one by 6. So the Bears hoping that one doesn't repeat itself. Kick ball, and we're going to have it out on the side. 20 seconds to shoot. Harmon looking to get it in. Kiara Moore, who's entered the game for the first time, is the outlet pass. She's going to get it to Harmon. Harmon's feeling it. She's pulling again, and she hit it again.
Wow.
5 first-half threes for Emily Harmon. She has 15 of the Bears' 29.
That is so tough to defend, especially with Kennedy Waite on the court as well. You know, you'd expect her to be taking those threes, but Emily Harmon just feeling herself today. 15 points, all threes.
Jumper short there, and we're going to have a tie-up. Should be Lenoir-Rhyne basketball.
Harmon inbounding the ball. Woodruff taking it up the court.
Setting up the offense. Man-to-man defense for Anderson, as they've been in this whole time. A little dribble handoff back to Ashley Woodruff. Kiara Moore down on the post is going to get a screen from Harmon. Well, Sydney Wilson sets the ball screen for Woodruff. No surprise, they're trying to get this ball to Emily Harmon right now. She's feeling it, 5 of 6 from 3. As Woodruff all the way to the lane, and the hoop is no good. Ball hits off of Sydney Wilson, and it will be out of bounds to Anderson as we have a pair of subs. Hooks re-enters along with Samantha Michelle for Anderson.
You know, as dangerous as Kennedy Waite and Emily Harmon are beyond the arc, you can't forget about Kiara Moore or even Nakia Hooks and Sydney Wilson. They are so dominant down low that the Bears just have weapons all over the court, and they're starting to utilize them as the tournament's getting closer.
Jumper is no good. They're going to call an and one, which looked like an over the back, or it wasn't over the back. Okay, they're going to call that one over the back foul or not. What do we got here? Not sure what the call is. They're going to call an and one. That wasn't over the back, but they're going to give that an and one on the offensive rebound and call a foul on the box out of Kiara Moore, I believe, is going to get whistled for that foul. And Anderson's going to get a easy they're going to get a bucket here as you look. Knocked Kiara Moore in the back, but they're going to count it. As you saw the celebration, the Bears thought it was going the other way, but it's staying here for a three-point play if it can be completed, and it is. Samantha Michelle buries that one, and it's 29-16.
Look for this ball to go down low. I know Emily Harmon's feeling it right now, but watch them to go to Kiara Moore or even Nakia Hooks down in the paint.
Swing cross court to Kennedy Waite, inside out, crossover, pull up. Just kidding, she dished it to Kiara Moore. Moore with the left hand is no good. A nice take there, but Michelle grabs the board and she hits the outlet. Cutter pushes it down the wing. She's going to swing it across court. Inside, good idea, but it's tipped away by Kiara Moore, who thinks it was last touched by Anderson, but that one is going to stay here. Good look by Gadsden, trying to find Taylor Hare in the post, but just got poked away with some good defense by Kiara Moore.
Jemiah Cutter right now leading scorer for the Trojans team. She's coming off a game against Virginia Wise where she had 12 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals. And then over the past 2 games, she's been averaging about 13 points and 7 rebounds. So her coming out to an early start isn't that surprising.
Big sequence events there. I think Emily Harmon had the rebound, gave it up, got knocked out of her hands, and Anderson converts to cut this thing to 29-11. 4:26 to play. That one gets poked out of bounds. And we have a substitution entering the game. Number 2 is Maggie Campbell. She's a freshman, 5'8" freshman from Georgia. And she will be entering for the first time this afternoon. 10 players already seen action for Anderson. She'll be number 11. So they're trying to throw some numbers at the Bears in this one.
Yeah, obviously what they were doing in the first quarter wasn't working, so they've kind of they're trying to utilize their bench a little bit here, and it's starting to work out for them as they're trying to close down the lead.
We got another block shot, and that one will be a shot clock violation. Didn't hit the rim after the shot was blocked as the shot clock ran down, so that one's going to be a turnover, and it's going to head down to Anderson's possession.
Samantha Michelle down in there on the action. She's been a big player so far.
And there she is, getting another bucket. Great entry pass by Mackenzie Gatson, and Graham Smith is going to call a timeout. 29-20, 3:47 to play. We're going to take the timeout with them here on the Bears Sports Network.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And we are back inside Shuford Memorial Gymnasium. Thank you for joining us today on the Bears Sports Network, presented by NBA Roofing. As the Bears looking to set up some offense. 18 to shoot in this possession. Emily Harmon with it. She is going to try and do some more damage as she drives and kicks to Kiara Moore. Kiara Moore puts it on the floor. Little dipsy-do off the backboard, and it good with the left hand. Kiara Moore's second time we've seen her put it up with the left, and she gets that one to fall.
Yeah, that was a lot of movement by Kiara Moore. Very tricky play, but she got it to go down.
3-point attempt from Anderson is good. The answer by Maggie Campbell. And this lead is cut to 8 for the first time in a while that this one is back to single digits.
That's Campbell's first shot of the game. She gets it to go down.
Lenoir-Rhyne working some offense. Kennedy Waite pulls up from the top of the key, a two-pointer, and she buries that one. Bears up 10. Some solid shooting from the perimeter in this one. Bears 46% from the field, but 75% from 3, 6 of 8 so far. As Anderson with the answer, a jumper by Cutter. Can't leave her that open.
Yeah, now Anderson's starting to feel themselves. The Bears need to go back to what they were doing and protect the inside, force them to shoot those threes. They're not going to get everyone to go down.
Harmon to the bucket again. The freshman with 17 in the first half.
She's having a day, Jay-Z. She hasn't come off the court either. She's played all 18 minutes so far.
You can't take her off right now. You got to let her out there. She's had games where she's played 40 minutes. It's nothing new to her. She averages about 36 minutes a game as Michelle misfires and Kennedy Waite gets the defensive board. She's looking to push. She had Ashley Woodruff if she wanted it. She's going to try and take it to the bucket herself. Decides to drive and kick it out to Nakia Hooks, who finds Woodruff for 3, and that one rattles in. The Bears 7 of 9 from long range in this one.
Very good rebound by Kennedy Waite, a very important rebound, able to dish it out and get those 3 points on the board from Ashley Woodruff.
Late foul call. It looks like it's going to be against the Bears.
Nakia Hook's not giving into the foul.
Well, it looks like they said 31. Not sure what must have been an off the ball foul, as Blakely Crooks and Sydney Wilson are going to enter, replacing Moore and Kennedy Waite as Anderson has the ball under their own basket.
Looking at the 5 they have on the court now, expect the Bears to really protect the inside as Anderson is really starting to get hot. And then on the offensive side, look for them to go low and try and get those points in the paint.
Open 3 look is no good. Sydney Wilson gets it knocked out of her hand, and Anderson's going to have a reset. Pull-up jumper from Campbell is no good.
Yeah, very quick shot by Campbell, but she was open. I think she could have set her feet a little bit more and got that shot to go down. But the Bears rebound and now set up their play.
Looking inside to Blakely Crooks, and that one gets knocked away. Good defensive play by Maggie Campbell. She knocked it away, and Blakely Crooks dragged her down from behind, drawing the foul. Fouls in this quarter, 4-0. Lenoir-Rhyne been whistled for 4. Anderson still with 0 fouls with 45 seconds left in this second quarter and first half.
Even with the 4 fouls, they haven't put the Trojans on the line that much yet, so it's not really hurting the Bears yet. They're only 2 for 3 from the free throw line.
Campbell swings it in the corner. Gadsden back to Campbell. Good entry pass. No good by Hare, but we've seen some good minutes here from Maggie Campbell, the freshman, playing well so far.
Absolutely. You can't underestimate Taylor Hare. She had 16 points off the bench at Virginia Wise just a few nights ago, so she is a very important player for this Trojans team inside the paint.
Bears going to hold for 1 shot, 7 seconds on this first half clock. Ashley Woodruff, high screen, finds Sydney Wilson. Out to Blakely Crooks, open 3. The Bears are scorching this first half. 8 of 10 from 3. 80%, and they're going to head into the break with a 41-25 advantage here on the Bears Sports Network. As we take a look at this one more time, perfect execution on this last second play. Woodruff with a high screen to Wilson. Wilson draws 2, kicks it to Crooks as she buries it by the buzzer, and the Bears with a 16-point halftime lead. Chris, not a bad first half there.
Oh, not a bad first half. 41 points on the board, 8 for 10 from the three-point line. You couldn't ask for a better first half from the Bears. The score, 41-25. I think you got to still contain Jemiah Cutter. She's been the leading scorer for the Trojans team right now. 10 points. She's had 3 rebounds and then a couple blocks by Samantha Michelle. So you got to keep an eye on them. This Anderson team, they have a lot of weapons that they could utilize at any time during the game, and they have just not looked flustered yet. So that's going to be important for the Bears to keep up their scoring and their rebounding in the second half if they want to win this game.
We'll take a short little break. We'll have some highlights and come back with a couple minutes left in the halftime, and we'll take a look at the first half and preview the second half here on the Bears Sports Network.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Paramount Kia in Hickory. We want to see you driving a new Kia or, hey, a quality pre-owned Kia. We've got a huge selection of new and pre-owned Kias. You got to get to Paramount Kia in Hickory, Highway 70, ParamountKia.com.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
I love being busy in my garden. I got flowers to plant and beds to clean out. When I was feeling really tired and not like myself, I saw a doctor. Look at me now. The doctors were good, they worked with me, and they laughed with me. I'm back to doing everything I love. I needed a doctor, and I found an expert for my heart.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop, that is, scoop, that is, scoop, that is, scoop, that is, scoop, shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop, shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
And we are back with about 5 minutes left before the start of this second half. Just to recap that exciting first half performance by Lenoir-Rhyne Bears, who are leading 41-25. The Bears shooting 80% from 3, 8 of 10. Chris, when you catch fire like that, it's contagious, and everybody chimed in to the party. 4 different players that hit at least 1 3, and Emily Harmon 5 for 6.
Yeah, 8 for 10 from the three-point line. That's going to be pretty tough to beat, especially if you're only shooting 3 for 7 on the end. You can't answer that way. They're only hitting 30% of their field goals, too, which is just hurting the Anderson Trojans so much. The Bears 16 for 13 from field goals. Free throws haven't been a huge factor, even though Lenoir-Rhyne may get into a little bit of foul trouble. I know Mallory Sherrill has about 2 fouls on her, but with this pretty deep Bears roster now, I don't think it'll be too much of a problem. And rebounding has been probably the biggest thing on my list so far. Out rebounding the Trojans is going to be how the Bears win this game. 21-14, they're doing a very good job of that right now. Emily Harmon doing a very good job inside. Quite a few assists to Ashley Woodruff, 8 to 3 on the assists, and limited turnovers has been pretty good for both teams so far.
Yeah, both teams taking care of the ball. Just 7 combined turnovers in this one. Emily Harmon's first half, 6 of 8 from the field, 5 of 6 from 3, 17 points, 7 boards, 2 assists. She even threw in a steal. Just an all-around performance by the freshman. She's trying to hijack senior day as a freshman.
Yeah, Kennedy Waite has been on the board too. She's got 7 points. She's 3 for 5 for the field goals. Only 1 3 on the day so far, so she's having a pretty good day. And you can't forget about Ashley Woodruff. She started to really come alive these last 2 games. She hit her 300-point mark just a few games ago, and she's got 7 on the day, hitting 3 for 6.
And, the one thing that I've noticed a lot about Ashley Woodruff's game as a sophomore compared to her freshman year, she's played, this is her 6th game as a sophomore. She's already made 8 3-pointers this year. In 29 games as a freshman, she only made 6 3-pointers. So definitely made a conscious effort over the summer to improve her range, improve her 3-point shooting, her long-range shooting, and she's definitely stepped up big time this year.
Yeah, she's really important for this Bears team. She's such a dynamic player, and as we saw a couple of times, a couple fast breaks, she's just been really, really good on those fast breaks, getting those points on the board for the Bears.
And you see the 2 men inputting all these made 3-pointers over at the scores table. Our statisticians, Adekale Ande, the graduate assistant, and Jason Stubbe, an assistant sports information director. Appreciate all their work, along with Taylor Prawl over there, the student worker, doing big things for us. So we appreciate all the people, along with Philip Lescavar and Danny Nicosia, who are producing this one behind the scenes. I am Director of Athletic Communications, Jeremy Zlaka. Broadcast partner today, Chris Rickenbach, Jr. on the track and field team. Had a meet yesterday and another one today for the Bears, the track Bears.
Yeah, so a couple of the guys went down to Virginia Beach. I know Marlon Davis, Lucas Basong went down there, and Jacob Wadsworth, he's our multi. He had an awesome day the past 2 days. He's, I believe, ranked nationally 7th for the multi-event. Marlon, I think he just secured a spot in the Nationals, and Lucas Basong is really, really close as well. They had amazing days, and as well as the whole team, with everything going on, we had an outdoor meet where everybody got to compete. They had all-time bests, lots of PRs, and I'll tell you what, our Bears team is looking very, very scary when we get to conference meets.
Yeah, conference meet probably a couple months away, but just starting the outdoor portion. Another team kicking off the action for Lenoir-Rhyne this year is the men's lacrosse team. This evening they'll play at 6 o'clock against North Greenville. As spring is in the air, we'll have a busy couple months here on the Bears Sports Network, presented by NBA Roofing. So we appreciate you not only joining us today, but throughout these next couple of months, as we'll bring you everything we can possibly bring you on the Bears Sports Network. We got the track and field meet last week streamed, and we're going to put everything that we can possibly post live streams of, we're going to do today, and a lot of hard work behind the scenes goes into that as we get ready for this second half. And it looks like Anderson will start with the possession and a 16-point deficit. You mentioned a couple foul trouble, a couple of Bears in foul trouble, just Mallory Sherrill and Kiera Moore, each with 2. The Bears only have 5 total fouls in this one. And Anderson in the first half whistled for just 1 foul, and that one went to Cutter. So not much foul trouble for the Trojans, as surprise, surprise, Emily Harmon with a steal to start this second half. She's ready to take over the second half just like she did the first, and she's going to dribble handoff to Kennedy Waite. Waite hits Nakia Hooks, gets it to Harmon. Harmon with a high screen from Mallory Sherrill. Nice little give and go there. Sherrill with an open layup. Oh, she can't finish it. Michelle with the board.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how this Bears team comes out in the second half. I know they were hot from the three-point line, but things could change over halftime. Do they go back to their inside game and use Nakia Hooks and Mallory Sherrill? Ashley Woodruff driving to the basket, a little bit too much on it. You can see they want to use down low a little bit more. They don't want to have to rely on those three-point plays, but they will if they have to, and they've just been absolutely executing on that so far today.
Yeah, it's hard not to rely on the threes when you're shooting 80% in the first half, but eventually that number is going to come down a little bit, so you want to have something to fall back on as Woodruff takes a high ball screen. She pulls up at the lane. Another one, that one should go down as a block shot from Michelle, as she got a piece of that, and Anderson with the board, and they're looking to attack on the offensive end. Michelle, good post position in the lane. She can't finish, and another open look. That one went to Brittany Bailey. She had an open layup, but she couldn't knock it down, as this Anderson team is just not firing on all cylinders this afternoon.
Yeah, they had a really good rebound there. Samantha Michelle, she's got 3 blocks on the day, 3 rebounds, 5 points.
And a steal right there. She takes it coast to coast and finishes. She does it all herself on that one. 7 points now for Michelle.
Yeah, she's been a very dynamic player so far. She's had a lot of minutes on the court, and it's going to be interesting to see just how they continue to use her. Are they going to let her kind of isolate and really go off, or is she going to be reserved and have to really play with the other team?
We got a breaking news story. Emily Harmon missed a jump shot. Not something we've seen much of in this one, but Cutter pulls up from deep. Michelle with the board. She's going to preserve this offensive possession for the Trojans as the Bears sit in this 2-3 zone as they have played for the majority of this one, giving fits to Anderson. As another turnover, Sherrill steals this one, gets poked away, but Kennedy Waite picks it up, and she's going to cross midcourt, get it to Emily Harmon. Harmon gets it over to Ashley Woodruff, up top to Kennedy Waite.
This Bears team has 5 steals on the day so far.
Dribble handoff. Kennedy Waite. 9 to shoot. She's going to put it on the floor. She's going to shoot a floater up. No good. And Michelle with the board. She is just filling the stat column for Anderson, doing it all. Cutter pulls up in the lane, and that's no good. Ashley Woodruff grabs it for Lenoir-Rhyne, and she'll look to get it up court.
It's going to be important for this Bears team to just kind of take a breath now. They've missed a couple shots. They really need to settle down, start running their plays. If they get an open 3, you can go ahead and take that, but don't really rely on it. As we see Kennedy Waite shoot one there, they need to go back down on the inside and use Nakia Hooks down inside the paint, or even Mallory Sherrill. Need a little bit of movement here.
Harmon with a dribble. She's got an open look. And it's off, but Sherrill is there for the putback, and she finishes. Offensive rebound, putback from Mallory Sherrill, the first made field goal of the second half for the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears, who had misfired on their first 7 attempts to start this second half, but they still hold on to a 16-point lead with 6 minutes to go in this third quarter. Anderson looking to set something up. Open look in the lane. That's a nice possession right there, but they can't get it to fall on the offensive glass. Michelle crashed, and she's going to draw the foul call on Nakia Hooks as we take a look at this putback from Mallory Sherrill off the rare miss from Emily Harmon. Sometimes it's the most open looks that you misfire on because you're used to having somebody in your face.
Yeah, a couple of those misfires are going to happen, but it's just super important for the other team or for the other players to get those rebounds and be able to have those second chance points like Mallory Sherrill just had.
Quick whistle there, and we got another foul on the Bears. That one's to Emily Harmon, but just her first of the afternoon. 2 fouls in the quarter for Lenoir-Rhyne, 6 minutes to go. Good inbounds play for Anderson. Gets an open look in the lane, but it can't finish. And Michelle is there, and she has started this second half on fire. She's got 9.6 boards so far in this one, but a strong second half performance here to start for Anderson. Woodruff catches it on the wing. She's going to get a ball screen. She's going to drive and pull it out to Emily Harmon. Harmon puts it on the floor with her left. She goes strong to the basket, no bucket. And ripped down by Taylor Hare, who finds Cutter to put it in transition, dribbles off her foot, and we got a loose ball, battle for it. Nakia Hooks ends up with the ball, and the Bears have numbers if they want them. Kennedy Waite pushing, pulls up from the three-point line. She's going to pull it out. 23 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time to do something here on the offensive end.
I thought she was going to take that shot there. It was wide open.
She's going to take that one. No good there. She passed it up once. She wasn't going to pass it up a second time.
You know, the Bears got really comfortable shooting those threes, but they can't rely on that the entire game. They were just on fire. It was very entertaining to watch, but now they need to go back to what their offense is very capable of doing, is playing down inside the paint, using Nakia Hooks and Mallory Sherrill, getting those tough baskets. And I hope they go back to it. I think they're going to be a little bit more successful as their lead is cut down to 12.
Michelle doing work inside for the Trojans. Nice backdoor cut and one. Ashley Woodruff from Emily Harmon draws the hoop and the harm, and she will go to the line trying to complete the three-point play. Take a look at this perfect execution on the backdoor cut, overplayed on the wing. Woodruff takes it hard to the bucket, draws the foul. Chilling on the court as she scoops and scores, and we're going to take a quick timeout here with 4:33 left in the third quarter. Bears up 45-31.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip Hop Group Tag Team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop that is, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Welcome back inside Shuford Memorial Gymnasium as we take a look at the Hickory Construction stat update. Emily Harmon, 17 points, 6 of 11, 5 of 7 from deep, 7 boards already for the freshman. Matched by Samantha Michelle with her 11 points in 19 minutes. She's 5 of 10 from the field, adds 6 boards and 3 blocks, also with a steal.
I know her stats didn't look too great. She only has 11 points and 6 rebounds on that scoreboard right there, but it doesn't account for the 3 blocks that she had in her presence inside the paint.
Woodruff goes to the line, and she will complete the three-point play, giving the Bears a 46-31 advantage. 4:30 to play. Appreciate you joining us today on the Bear Sports Network, presented by NBA Roofing. Anderson with the ball, trying to figure out this 2-3 zone. Trying to get into Michelle. A lot of contact down there. This one looks like it's going to go against Cheryl. Would be number 3 on her, and it is. Trying to knock the pass out of Michelle's hands. She is going to have to take a seat on the bench with her 30 fouls as Kiera Moore enters. Take a look at the contact here. A lot of contact. 2 players going to the floor. Anderson setting it up in offensive possession. Michelle dishes it. Cutter finds it inside. Turnaround jumper is no good. Offensive rebound. Put back good. Caitlin Bailey, the freshman, with the putback.
This Trojans team starting to catch up on the rebounds, and we're seeing it in the score, cutting the lead down to 13. They have 23 rebounds on the day, led by Samantha Michelle, and the Bears only have 27, led by Emily Harmon with 7.
Moore shuffles her feet. That's a turnover for Lenoir-Rhyne. Just the 6th turnover in this one for the Bears, who've been taking care of the ball. 5 turnovers for the Bears, who've been taking care of the ball Although so has Anderson. They've only turned it over 7 times.
Anderson just hasn't looked rattled this entire game. They're down 13. They're still playing their game and playing with a lot of passion and heart, and they're just really going after it.
Looking to set something up here offensively. Cutter with 10 points. She's going to fire from the wing. Too open of a look in front of Blakely Crooks, and she buries that one. Her third made 3 of this afternoon, and the lead cut to 10 with 3:19 to play.
That was a really good shot there. She was pretty well defended, and I think it just surprised Crooks that she took that shot.
Crooks dribbles, hands off to Woodruff. Woodruff with the left hand. Going to find Emily Harmon. Harmon, 9 seconds to shoot. High ball screen. She's done damage with that. She drew the double. She finds Kira Moore. Moore in the lane with the left is no good. Cutter grabs the board, and she's looking to push. Anderson in transition to the bucket. Nakia Hooks tries the charge, doesn't get it, but Harmon's going to pull away with it and then loses it. Michelle comes up with an open 3 from Campbell is no good, as this one is getting a little hectic. I think they're going to say that hit. The shot clock reset goes to the Bears. Big miss right there. That would have been a big make if Campbell buried that 3 and cut it to 7.
Yeah, the Bears' offense and defense just looking a little bit sloppy in these past couple minutes. They look like they're just scrambling. They just need to take a breath and run their offense and their defense. They did very well throughout the first 25 minutes of this game, and they just need to close out the game. They have a 10-point lead, put a couple points on the board, run their offense, utilize the paint, and they'll be set.
Just 2 of 12 of Lenoir-Rhyne shooting in this third quarter as Harmon takes from the top of the key. She wants a high screen from Wilson. A little hezzy. Michelle not surprised as she knocks that out of bounds for her 4th block shot. And this one, and she has been a force, especially in this second half.
Yeah, her 6'1" frame is just so hard to go over the top, and then she's just got the width that she can slap the ball.
Crooks on the wing here. She's going to draw 2, hit it to Wilson. 5 seconds to shoot. They're going to get it into Kiara Moore. She's got to put it up. She does not connect. Michelle with the board. I think an Anderson player got a hit in the face, but they're slow to get back in offensive transition. Top of the key. Fires for 3. That one is going to wedge off between the backboard and the rim, and Wilson corrals it as Lenoir-Rhyne tries to slow it up a little bit and get this thing back to where they had it in the second quarter. Dribble handoff to Crooks. Wilson unguarded at the 3-point line. She's going to try and find Harmon about 35 feet out. Inside out dribble. Pulls up at the top of the key. Nothing but net. Emily Harmon's got 19. And this one looking to set a new career high. She has 20 as a career high. She just needs one more bucket to surpass that one.
I think she's going to do it. She's played every minute of this game so far as well.
Campbell no good, but an easy offensive rebound. Cutter in the right place at the right time. She finishes. And there must be something about this Anderson Trojans team, because Emily Harmon had 20 in the season opener against the Trojans, 8 of 16, and that one also had 6 boards and a pair of assists. So something about Anderson brings something out of Emily Harmon. As she's going to look to drive with the right, gets in the lane. That one's short and out of bounds. 43 seconds left in this one. Kennedy Waite and Nakia Hooks re-entering for Lenoir-Rhyne. Brittany Bailey back in for the Trojans. Replacing Michelle's going to get a quick breather. And we got another, looks like we got a late sub trying to hop on the court before she was allowed in. And they're going to send her back, so Rowland can't get in. She's going to have to sit this one out for the last 40 seconds unless there's a stoppage. Cutter on the wing. Bears stay in the 2-3. Good ball movement by Anderson. The shot is up and no good. And we got a jump ball. Good look there for Caitlin Bailey, but she could not convert. And this one's going to go to Lenoir-Rhyne off the jump ball.
Look for this ball to find Kennedy Waite early, and she's going to take a big 3. I just have that feeling.
30 seconds to shoot. They're going to hold for one shot to close out this third quarter. As Harmon dribbles it up. A fraction of a second separating the game clock and the shot clock. Campbell draws the defensive assignment on Emily Harmon. Harmon hands off to Woodruff. Woodruff to Wilson. 8 to shoot. Wilson back to Woodruff. Rejected. Bailey. The Bailey's rejected, and that ball is going to be to Anderson. Rowland now finally able to check in for this last 4 seconds of the third quarter. Big possession here, 10-point game.
Yeah, 4.5 seconds left on the clock. This is going to be very important for this Anderson team.
Pull up for three. Cutter. No good. She can't hit a buzzer beater like she did in the first quarter, and that'll send us to the break. Heading into the final 10 minutes of this one, Lenoir-Rhyne with a 48-38 lead here on the Bear Sports Network, presented by NBA Roofing.
Celebrate great with Carolina West Wireless. Great new phones and a great customer experience, all on our great nationwide high-speed network. Stop by today and get big savings on select Samsung smartphones, like $350 off the Samsung Galaxy S20 and S20 Plus, and $350 off the Note 20 and Note 20 Ultra. The great savings continue with 4 lines of unlimited data for just $35 a month per line. Celebrate great savings and go stay connected wherever your travels take you.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Welcome back into Shuford Memorial Gymnasium. Want to present today's Lenoir-Rhyne fan of the game. She is Brianna Weathersby. She is one of the biggest LR fans and loves attending sporting events here and showing support for the fellow Bears. The student section at the football stadium has been her favorite spot on campus since her freshman year. Her friends and her love being in the stands, cheering their hearts out, encouraging the Bears, just like in the picture we just saw. Thank you so much, Brianna, for all your support. She will earn a Texas Roadhouse gift card for 2 as the Anderson Trojans start this third quarter with a 3-pointer by Cutter to cut this lead to 48-41. And again, we mentioned early in that the first season matchup, the Bears jumped out to an early lead after 1, and Anderson came all the way back and won it by 6. Hopefully history doesn't repeat itself today as Harmon looks for something offensively. She finds Cheryl. Cheryl blocked. That one got a piece of by Hare. Cutter with the board. She's pushing 3-on-1 to the bucket by herself. She's got 5 straight, and it's 48-43.
If you're the Bears right now, you need to take a breath. You're playing a little bit out of order. They don't look like the same team that played in the entire first half, even the first 25 minutes. They just need to take a breath and resettle, take those easy shots, create some space, rebound.
There's Hooks open in the lane. A lot of contact. That one's going to go down as possibly another block shot for Anderson, who's pushing down 5. Post entry's knocked back. Swing across court. Open 3, Campbell. No good. Offensive rebound, put back, no good. Another offensive rebound. That one's going to find the bottom of the bucket. Brittany Bailey, the 6-footer. And we got a whistle after the play.
The lead is down to 3 now. Anderson came out with 7 quick points. As we're going to see.
I think Graham Smith has been wanting a timeout, and he will get one. 48-45 with 8 minutes and 31 seconds left.
You should be driving a Hyundai from Paramount Hyundai of Hickory, where every new Hyundai comes standard with a 10-year, 100,000-mile.
Emerge Ortho is the official sports medicine for the Bears. With 45 locations in 21 counties. From the mountains to the coast, Emerge Ortho is North Carolina's premier provider, providing world-class comprehensive and compassionate care for the Lenoir-Rhyne student athletes. Southside Power and Fitness, also another great Lenoir-Rhyne sponsor, provides an exclusive discount for almost 50% off for Lenoir-Rhyne faculty, staff, and students. Experience what Southside has to offer at southsidepf.com. The only limit is you. So this lead cut down to 3. A big spurt, 9-0 run over the last 2:59 for Anderson. The Bears scoreless for 3 minutes of game action. And looks like they're rolling with the same 5 as before the timeout. Woodruff, Sherrill, Hooks, Waite, and Harmon. 8:30 to go in this one. Harmon with 19, Woodruff with 10, Waite with 7. Your 3 leading scorers for the Bears as Harmon pounds it with the left hand. Good defense by Campbell. 14 to shoot. Spins in the lane. Kennedy Waite shot fake. Gets in the lane herself. Turns. Shoots. No good. Defensive rebound for the Trojans. Brittany Bailey. She's taking it. Looking to go coast to coast. Euro step and good. Gets the friendly bounce. And this lead is down to 1. Anderson almost all the way back.
Cutter now has 20 points on the night, 6 rebounds. And this Bears team is now being out-rebounded by 1. 34 total rebounds for this Anderson team.
Harmon at the top of the key. She's looking to create something. She's going to get it to Kennedy Waite. Waite takes a screen from Nakia Hooks. Switch for Anderson. Mismatch in the post. She gets it to Hooks. Draws the contact. A lot of bodies hit the floor on that one. Nakia Hooks going to go to the line for 2. Just the 3rd foul whistled against Anderson in this one. Lenoir-Rhyne only 3 free throw attempts as we take a look at the replay here. Kennedy Waite, look at the nice screen from Nakia Hooks. Gets the switch open in the lane and bodies hitting the floor all over the place after that one. Hooks to the line, shooting a pair.
This is the point in the game where you're going to see free throws really come into play. I had it on my board today. It's going to be crucial late in this game as we're down to 7.5 minutes. The Bears lead up to 3 now, 50-47.
Hooks buries a pair. She gets to the line a good amount for Lenoir-Rhyne. That is free throw attempts 20 and 21 in her 5 games so far, as that one misfires from 3. Another offensive rebound for Anderson. Cutter from the corner. She buries it, and we're all even. A 43-27 Lenoir-Rhyne lead in the middle of the 3rd quarter is erased, and we have a turnover on the inbounds as Anderson looks to take their first lead since the 2-0 advantage they had with 9:29 in the 1st quarter. Inbounds.
If you take a look at this stat, 30 points in the paint compared to Lenoir-Rhyne's 12. And another 3 from beyond the arc from Maggie Campbell.
The roles are reversed, and now Anderson can't miss from deep as they take a 53-50 advantage, 6:55 to play. The Bears playing from behind for one of the only times. Kennedy Waite looks for the answer, and she buries it. Number 190 for the storied career of senior Kennedy Waite, just 10 shy of 200. As she hits a much-needed jumper for the Bears to draw this one even. Good look in the lane. No good, but Cutter's been all over the place in this quarter. She pulls up, but doesn't get the roll. Hooks grabs the board, and Harmon's going to walk this thing up.
Yeah, the intensity's rising. You got to take a breath, run your offense. Get Nakia Hooks, get it into the game. Kennedy Waite wants the ball.
She's got that look in her eye. Bears setting it up. An offensive play. Sherrill with the high ball screen. A lot of high ball screens for Lenoir-Rhyne today. Worked effectively so far as Hooks gets it out to Harmon. 5 to shoot, 4 to shoot, 3, 2, 1. Just gets it off, but no good. Shot clock violation. Just didn't get off in time and didn't draw iron, so Anderson's going to get the possession with 5:56 remaining in the tie ball game. Sydney Wilson quickly enters. Nakia Hooks will take a breather, and Blakely Crooks in for Kennedy Waite.
Yeah, the Bears just didn't have a whole lot of movement until about the last 5 or 6 seconds of that possession. They need to be moving a little bit more. Kennedy Waite, I know she wants the ball, but that's not going to help her team right now. She doesn't want to shoot those long-range threes. They just need to be getting points down in the paint. That's where they're getting outscored right now.
Campbell with another 3 attempt is no good. Michelle grabs the board. They're going to get a foul call on Sydney Wilson, sending Michelle to the line for 2.
Samantha Michelle heading to the line. She's having herself a night, 11 points, 8 rebounds. 1 steal, 4 blocks on the night. If she knocks down another one, bring her point total up to 12.
Cutter somehow with a quiet 23 points in this one. 9 of 18, 5 of 9 for 3. She's matched and exceeded what Emily Harmon has done today as Blakely Crooks gets the rebound off the missed free throw, and it's 54-53 with 5.5 to play as Harmon dribbles it up the court.
Harmon's 19 points on the night have been very crucial, but also a lot of them have come in inside the first half. She takes a foul here.
I think they're going to give that a shooting foul, so she'll go to the line trying to knock down a pair and put Lenoir-Rhyne back ahead. It would also give her a career high. She's shooting 2 with 19 points. As you see her stat line, 7 of 14, 5 of 7 from deep. And the first is good, tying her career high that she set back in game 1 against Anderson. 20 points. She was 8 of 16 that game, 7 of 14 in this one. Something about the Trojans jersey gets into another gear for Emily Harmon as she completes the career high. She's got 21. She buried both of them, and the Bears 55-54 advantage. 5:20 to play in this one.
All while playing every single minute so far for Emily Harmon.
35 minutes. And she's not slowing down at all, but Cutter has been up to the task for the Trojans. That one doesn't fall. Wilson grabs the board, gets it to Harmon. Harmon has had to do a lot of creating for herself and for her teammates in this one as she takes a high ball screen, draws 2, still can't be stopped, but Michelle is there for the rejection. That's number 5, and what a difference maker she has been in the post. 5 rejections.
11 blocks total for the Trojans on the night so far. Wow.
Big performance as we take a look back at the K&L Dunright play of the game. Ashley Woodruff to Wilson to Crooks to end the first half and give the Bears 8 made threes in the first 20 minutes. That one is the K&L Dunright play of the game. And we're going to take a look. Shocker on this one. Player of the game is Emily Harmon, the Dominoes player of the game, 21 points. 8 boards, 2 shy of a double-double. She's had 1 so far in her freshman season. Another one would give her a second double-double. On the year, 4 assists she would need to get hot to get a triple-double, but not out of the realm of possibility in this one. 55-54, 4:56 to play. Appreciate you joining us today on the Bears Sports Network. If you want official LR apparel, make sure to visit Custom Design Group in person or online at lrwear.com. Custom Design Group is the official apparel provider of Lenoir-Rhyne Athletics.
And along Emily Harmon's stat line, you can add 2 steals to that as well. Ashley Woodruff and Kennedy Waite both with 10 points on the night so far. Then you got a couple other players. You got 3 or 4 players within the 2 to 4 points range. And then right now, they're just being out, or they're even on rebounds for the night. 37 all on rebounds, but points in the paints is really where it's sticking out right now. Anderson has 30 points in the paint compared to LR's 12, and that's really the difference right now.
Kennedy Waite dribbling off the wing. She's going to find Emily Harmon. Harmon back to Waite, back to Harmon. Little game of hot potato. Harmon wants a ball screen. She's going to dribble the top of the key. She's only got 5 to shoot. She launches. No good. Not a great possession there for the Bears. And the rebound pulled down by Gadsden. Gadsden to Campbell. Campbell playing some great minutes for Anderson. And this one gets it to Michelle. Michelle, turnaround jumper. Nothing but the bottom. 56-55 as Anderson reclaims the lead for the second time in this fourth quarter.
The Bears need to make the most out of every possession now. That was a long-range 3 by Emily Harmon. I know she's having a good night, but you got to spread the love around. You have to use Nakia Hooks a little bit. She's only got 4 points on the night. Mallory
Crooks
Sherrill.
with the turnaround shot is no good. Batted around. Crooks puts it up again. No good. Gets it again. A third try is up and good. 57-56. Lenoir-Rhyne with 3:55 to play. This thing is back and forth.
Crooks has 5 points on the night so far.
Campbell up top, trying to find the soft spot, but she airmailed that one right to Nakia Hooks. A turnover at a costly time. Lenoir-Rhyne looking to make him pay. Emily Harmon dribbling it up. Guarded by Campbell. Sorry, Chris, go ahead.
Fell right into the bread basket for Nakia Hooks. She wasn't even expecting that one.
It's an easy steal in the books. as easy as it gets as that one swings to Kennedy Waite. Waite from the L and LR. She's going to put it on the floor, call for a screen. Nakia Hooks is happy to provide one. Waite, 7 to shoot, 6 to shoot. She puts it on the floor with the left. She scoops. No good. Misfire. Defensive rebound. Caitlin Bailey. Anderson, again, down 1, looking to reclaim the lead with this possession. 3 minutes to go, getting into crunch time. No doubt wanting to give Michelle a look. She got a clean one, but doesn't convert. Kennedy Waite pulls it down.
This late in the game, the Bears can't keep taking those wild shots like they have in the last couple of possessions. They just need to put their plays together and create a little bit of space.
Harmon on the baseline. Bears have been forced to take some last-second shots as the shot clock winds down. This one is a good look with 12 to shoot, but this one rattles out. 57-56 still. 2:30 to go. Both teams have gone cold. The Bears just 1 of their last 8 from the floor and 1 of their last 4 from long range, but still clinging to a 1-point lead.
Feel like a broken record. They just need to spread the ball around. Blakely Crooks has been hitting a couple good shots as we see Samantha Michelle hit another shot for the night. She's got 14 added to her stat line, 8 rebounds and 5 blocks on the night.
That just got updated to 16 between Cutter and Michelle. 39 of the 58 for Anderson. Harmon finds Crooks. Crooks puts it on the floor. She's going to get it to Hooks. Hooks and Crooks with the 2-man game. High screen is refused. Puts it behind the back. Blakely Crooks to the sack logo. Dishes to Waite is no good, and this shot clock has just been winding down too far for the Bears, who had to force up 3 or 4 tough shots at the end of the shot clock and have nothing to show for it. Now trail by 1, 58-57, 1:30 to play. Anderson clearly looking for Michelle on this one, as Cutter not even on the floor, but it's going to be a step-back jumper that's no good, but an offensive rebound. Kristen Bailey, going to get it, and Anderson's going to pull it back out. They're going to milk about 50 seconds off the game clock with this possession at least, but Coach Barbary is going to get a timeout with 1:08 to play, 58-57, as we're going to stay right here for this timeout on the floor. And we're in officially crunch time, a 1-point game on the Bears Sports Network. Anderson looking for win number 12 on the year. The Bears have played a lot of close games in this one, in this season, especially this week. We mentioned earlier in the broadcast the 4-point loss on Monday, a 1-point loss on Wednesday to Wingate, and now a 1-point deficit with 1:08 to go.
Yeah, the Bears played very, very well in the second quarter. They had 25 points in the second quarter. They shot lights out in the entire first half. But in this entire second half, they're being outscored 33 to 16 points, and then 20 to 7 in this fourth quarter so far. They really need to work on finishing games if they want to have a shot in the tournament later this month.
Yeah, that's a mark of a young team, is just not being able to close out some tight games. And Anderson is battle-tested, but they turn this one over. Cutter loses it. Harmon's going to pick it up, and Coach Graham Smith is going to call timeout. So eventful 8 seconds there between the timeouts of each team, and the Bears now with the ball in a 1-point deficit with 1 minute remaining on the clock. And Chris, we've seen Lenoir-Rhyne struggle a little bit on the offensive end in this fourth quarter, trying to milk the shot clock down, and then they end up having to take a bad shot. Just 2 of 13 from the floor and 3 of 17 in the third quarter. So as hot as they were in the first half, they have gone cold in the second.
Yeah, they're shooting 21 for 61 on the day from the field goals, 9 for 15 from the three-point line. Yeah, and like you said, they're just taking wild shots in this fourth quarter. It's like they saw the lead coming down. Even when they had a 13-point lead, it just started to look a little bit sloppy. They just need to run their plays. It was in.
This inbound gets knocked away. The Bears are going to keep possession thanks to the possession arrow, but not a great inbounds possession there. Is looking to clean it up on this one. Harmon can't find anyone, but Blakely Crooks is going to be an outlet. 55 to play, 1-point differential, and good thing we got fans back in here to bring them a little energy, and hopefully lead these Bears to victory. As Cheryl loses that one, she's going to find Hooks. Hooks open to Crooks. Top of the key, buckets for Blakely Crooks. Big shot from the freshman.
7 points on the night for Blakely Crooks. She's hit a buzzer beater at the half, and now late in the game, she's putting a shot down to give the Bears the lead back, 59-58. As we take a look here, Nakia Hooks back out to Crooks, and she thought about passing it but puts it back down from about the free throw line.
Big shot there from the freshman. We've seen flashes from her this whole season. Bright future ahead for Blakely Crooks and really this entire Lenoir-Rhyne women's basketball program under Graham Smith. Going to be some growing pains this year. We knew that, but they've been ultra competitive and have a lead in this one against the upper echelon, one of the superpowers in the South Atlantic Conference, the Anderson Trojans. As we take a look at the huddle, always hectic, chaotic, passionate in this last 40 seconds in a one-possession game as Coach Smith drawing up a defense. Clearly going to have to try and stop Michelle and Cutter, two of the main options for Anderson.
Yeah, I've gotten to sit down and listen to the huddles a little bit when I do the camera, and his biggest thing I hear him say is rebound, 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 and they're doing a pretty good job of that tonight. Only two rebounds away from Anderson right now, but the points in the paint is where it's really just taking a toll on the Bears. Anderson is just taking those smart shots down inside the paint, getting those second chance points, outplaying the Bears in this fourth quarter right now, but we still got 42 and a half seconds. We'll see how this goes.
Probably going to be Michelle or Cutter on this offensive possession for Anderson, and I wouldn't blame them. Bears in the 2-3 zone. Entry pass forced into the baseline. Nakia Hooks is going to be whistled for a foul, a shooting foul, as Caitlin Bailey is going to go to the line to shoot a pair of pressure-packed free throws with 33 seconds left. Quick substitution for the Trojans.
Yeah, it's hard to compete down in the paint with those 6-foot frames. I'm taking a look at their roster, and on the floor right now, you have
Samantha on the first.
Samantha Michelle, 6'1", Caitlin Bailey, 6 foot, Nalia Wilson, 6'3", just a lot of height.
Bailey shooting 65% from the line. She misses a pair, but Michelle is there. And she's going to draw a foul on Sydney Wilson. Wilson couldn't keep her off the boards. Michelle completes the double-double. 16 points, 10 rebounds. That's the 7th double-double for Michelle on the season. As they're going to get another substitution for Anderson, probably get some offense back on the floor. Baseline out of bounds.
Scoreboard has not updated yet, but they are tied 59-59.
No, she missed both. It's 59-58 as that one comes off. And Nakia Hooks grabs the board, draws the foul, just the third, or they're going to get a timeout before the foul. So Coach Smith gets the timeout called with 29 seconds to go. Bears 59-58. Big misses from the line from Caitlin Bailey. Can't convert her pair of free throws, either one of them. And now Anderson probably going to have to foul as the shot clock is off. Going to probably see some pressure defense, and if they can't get a quick steal, they're going to have to foul and hope Lenoir-Rhyne misses some free throws down the stretch.
Yeah, free throws have been not a whole lot of three-point or free throw attempts so far, but Lenoir-Rhyne is hitting 6 for 7 right now, and Anderson only hitting 3 for 7. So, yes, Jay-Z, it's going to come down to who is the better free throw team right now. I can imagine they're going to want to they might be able to run down the clock, but it may turn into a foul fest here.
Michelle, we mentioned her 7th double-double this season. She has tied her season high in rebounds with 10. This is the 3rd time she's grabbed 10 boards in a game for the Trojans, and she is 1 block shy of her career high, which came back against Carson Newman about 12 days ago. She blocked 6 shots. She's got 5 blocks tonight as the Bears get to advance it to their end of the court. Woodruff looking to enter the ball. Harmon is going to get a quick foul, but that's just the 3rd. Anderson is going to have to foul a couple more times before Lenoir-Rhyne gets to the line, as that one is going to be credited to, I think they put up a number 3, so Cutter, her 2nd of the game. And the Bears are going to have this one on the baseline. Harmon is going to look to enter. Lenoir-Rhyne setting something up. Out to Woodruff. Quick foul attempt is given. Thought they were trying to foul Woodruff quick early, but they're going to foul Waite. Still not shooting. The next one will send Lenoir-Rhyne to the free throw line. So 26.1 to go. And we'll see if they're going to do another quick foul and send the Bears to the line, or if they're going to try and get a double team or a pressure steal and get the ball back. Same kind of strategy.
Keeping as much time on the clock as possible here with 26.1 seconds left.
Lenoir-Rhyne's got to get this one in. Waite in front of the bench. Gets it to Emily Harmon. Harmon gets knocked out of bounds, but it's going to be a foul called on Cutter. Should be her third. And it is, as Emily Harmon will go to the line. Blakely Crooks with a quick substitution, along with Sydney Wilson, probably trying to get some offensive rebounding in there as Cheryl comes out and Kennedy Waite comes out. A little offense, defense. Heading to the line, just 11 of 16 on the season. Make that 13 of 18 as she's already 2 for 2 today. Emily Harmon, big free throws. Good. Nothing but net from the freshman. Doesn't feel any pressure. Hasn't touched the rim in any of her free throw attempts. One more to make it a 3-point game.
Been on the court the entire night tonight. There's been quite a few players that have played all 40 minutes so far this season, too.
Anderson down 3. They can either shoot a 3 or try and get a quick 2. Cutter finds to the wing. Back to Cutter. Open look. She needs it, and she gets it. Big shot for Cutter. She's 6 of 9 from 3-point range. Absolutely on fire. 15 seconds to play. Harmon dribbling up. 61 all. 10 to shoot. High screen from Wilson. Behind the back. 6 to shoot. Harmon drives. Bucket. No good. Shocking. Michelle with another block. That's 6. She ties a career high. Another great defensive play by Michelle, and there's just 2.9 left as Lenoir-Rhyne has it under their own basket. Harmon's going to look to inbound it. Ball screens. Kennedy Waite coming off the senior on senior day for 3, and the win. No, just short, and we're going to head into overtime. 5 more minutes on the clock. Why the heck not? We're going to keep playing some basketball. But first, a quick timeout on the Bears Sports Network.
Everett Chevrolet Buick GMC is ready for another exciting football season. Everett has been a proud sponsor of the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears for 25 years, and we wish the Bears a safe and successful season. And August means it's all systems go for another winning season with the Carolina Panthers. We have a tradition of winning in the Carolinas, and when you want to be a winner in the car, truck, or SUV game, come see the sales and service champions at Everett, because if you didn't get an Everett deal, you dropped the ball, baby. Woo!
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Well, we got some free basketball inside Shuford Memorial Gymnasium. Overtime, the first one of the season, 61 all, 5-minute overtime period to try and decide this one. 40 minutes didn't do it. Let's add 5 more and see who comes out on top.
Yeah, this game has really been a tale of two halves. The Bears putting up a ton of points in the first half, and then Anderson just coming back and absolutely dominating the second half. And now we've seen what both teams have. Who's going to come out in these last 5 minutes and win this game, Jay-Z?
20 points in the second half for Lenoir-Rhyne. Had 41 at the break. They were 8 of 10 from deep, just 1 of 6 from deep in the second half. 6 of 33 from the field for the Bears, but you know what? Tie game, they still got a chance to win it here in overtime. As Anderson controls the tip, Cutter with an outstanding performance, 26 points, a career high for the sophomore guard from Savannah. She is feeling it today. Baseline jumper is no good. Michelle. It's been the Michelle and Cutter show for Anderson, and that putback gives the Trojans a 63-61 lead.
Yeah, she's been just so dominant tonight. 16 points, now 11 rebounds, getting those second chance points for the Trojans.
Hooks to Cheryl to Woodruff. Woodruff open look on the baseline, and that's good. A nice answer from our sophomore, Ashley Woodruff. Knocks it down, and you know what? a number that's jumping out on me. Points in the paint. Anderson with a 34-14 advantage. Just doing some work inside, and a lot of that is Michelle. As they try and get it to her again, she is unstoppable. A double team doesn't bother her. Turns it on, banks it in, and gives Anderson a 65-63 lead as this thing is just back and forth.
Yeah, 20 points on the night. She has the double-double.
Harmon. Floater. That one's good. Nobody has missed in this overtime period. As Anderson, Lenoir-Rhyne, 65 all, 3:40 to go. Baseline, wide open. Breakdown in the defense, but can't convert. Hare with a wide open look from three, and Lenoir-Rhyne with a chance to take their first advantage in this overtime period as Harmon's got it up top.
Smart move to stop and set up the offense there by Woodruff. Tough basket by Emily Harmon. 27 points on the night.
Just an all-around outstanding performance by Emily Harmon. We've seen a great performance from Cutter and Michelle from Anderson, and that one is an answer for Gadsden. Her first bucket of the game comes at a big time for Anderson. Ties it up at 67, as this one has been an entertaining contest. Ashley Woodruff got to tie her shoe in this on the wing, so the Bears just 4 offensive players right now as Woodruff finishes tying it up. Harmon for 3, no good. Hooks, put back, no good. Michelle, another board, give her 12.
And Nakia Hooks having a very quiet night so far. The Bears just haven't been able to utilize her in this game.
Finally, Cutter misses from deep. And the Bears, 2:30 to go, walking it up the court, Emily Harmon. Big possession for Lenoir-Rhyne. Harmon with 27 on 9 of 21 shooting. One of 3 Bears in double figures. Woodruff with 12, Waite with 10. Hooks has it at the top of the key. Dribble handoff to Harmon. Harmon, 7 to shoot. Hesitation. Knifing through the defense, no good. Michelle with another rebound. 20 and 13.
Harmon needs to take a look outside. She's got two open players, even Kennedy Waite along the three-point line.
27 points. Sometimes it's tough to look to give it up when you're feeling that good, as Cutter dribbling it out top. The Bears 2-3 zone has been consistent, but that's a good zone buster. Nice look from Caitlin Bailey to Mackenzie Gadsden. Gadsden's going to go to the line, shooting 2.
I believe that's going to be Cheryl's 4th personal foul of the game.
As Wilson checks in for her, and another substitution. This one is for Anderson. Bailey in for Hare. And Gadsden, for her first free throw attempts of this one, she's just got 2 points in her 32 minutes, but it just came a second ago on that big jumper, and she gives Anderson another lead, 68-67.
Yeah, we'll take another look at Emily Harmon's stats. 27 points on the night, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals, all while playing the entire game, having a night.
43 minutes. The Iron Woman out there. And she wouldn't run it any other way as she takes the high ball screen. She loses it, but still has 15 to shoot. 1:20 in the game. Anderson by 2. High screen from Hooks. Dribbles. Finds Hooks. Hooks to Wilson. Wilson. Beautiful execution on the 2-person game right there, and it's all tied with 1:05 to go.
Yeah, Wilson coming up clutch with her first points of the night in overtime.
Open in the middle into Michelle, and she's just, misfires on that one. One of her better looks in the contest. Can't find the bottom, and the Bears with the ball.
45 seconds left on the clock, JZ.
This is going to be one that's been talked about for a while. This has been a great contest, well played on both sides, back and forth in this overtime in the 4th quarter. See who can pull it out. Kennedy Waite into Wilson. Wilson, no good. Michelle with a career-high 7th block. And we got a timeout called by Coach Barbary. 27 to play. Anderson with a chance to hold for 1 possession.
This whole overtime has been a barn burner. 8 points for both teams so far. Lenoir-Rhyne shooting 50%, and Anderson shooting just about 43%. Jemiah Cutter, 26 points on the night, 7 rebounds, 1 steal, and 1 block. This Anderson team has 13 blocks on the night, way above their average.
That's a big-time effort. 6 from Michelle, you said, 3 from Hare, as we appreciate this one. Provided by Carolina West Wireless is the game sponsor. Sponsoring the Bears Sports Network is NBA Roofing. Appreciate all the sponsors and everyone scrolling on the bottom of the screen for their support of Lenoir-Rhyne Athletics. 27 seconds to go. Anderson drawing something up. Coach Barbary. As we mentioned, 4 of the last 6 SAC championships have gone to the Trojans, including last year. But they're in a dogfight with the Bears. 69 all, 27 seconds to go. Cutter dribbling it up. She's got 26. Michelle's got 20. Got to see one of those two with the ball. And the last shot here. Cutter out top. Bears 2-3 look. Extended 2-3. Cutter letting it run down. 10 seconds to play. Another timeout. Coach Barbary calls another timeout. We got 9.1 to play. He wants to draw something up probably on the sideline as opposed to the play that he would have had to draw up from the baseline. So he let about 20 seconds run off the clock, called another timeout, and he's going to set something else up.
I can't see this ball going to anybody other than Samantha Michelle or Jemiah Cutter in these last 9 seconds here. But what are the Bears going to do to be able to stop that? They've been playing pretty tough in the paint, but that's where Anderson has capitalized tonight. They have a total of 38 points in the paint compared to Lenoir-Rhyne's 20. Only 8 steals on the night for the Bears compared to Anderson's 4. Anderson has just really dominated the second half of this game, and it's going to be interesting to see who they give the ball to in this last 9 seconds.
46 of the 69 points in this one from Cutter and Michelle for Anderson, but the Bears player of the game, presented by Domino's, Emily Harmon, 27. Her previous career high was 20 against Anderson in the season opener. She's got 27 tonight. 8 boards, 4 dimes, 9 of 22 from the field. Played every second in this one, 45 minutes so far, and the Bears, a big thing to look at on this possession too is an offensive rebound off a missed shot. 18 second chance points for Anderson. Michelle's been roaming around those boards with 14 of them. Cutter, 7 to go. Back to Cutter, 5, 4, time running down, 3, 2, puts it on the deck, she loses it. No good. Ashley Woodruff knocked it out of her hands, and we got double overtime in Shuford Memorial Gymnasium. 45 minutes couldn't determine this one. We're going to just keep playing until we have to stop. 69 all as we take a look at this last possession. Ashley Woodruff with the play to knock it out of Cutter's hands. She had to just hoist something up, helter-skelter, and couldn't get it to fall. 69 all. This one is heading to a double overtime, Chris.
Yeah, 3 players on the Bears side right now with the most points. You got Kennedy Way, obviously Emily Harmon just dominating tonight, and Ashley Woodruff with a quiet 12 points. Mallory Sherrill has 4 personal fouls, is the only Bear in foul trouble, and really the only player in that range. Jemiah Cutter has 3 fouls as well. With another 5 minutes on the clock, this game could go to anybody. We've seen both teams play very, very well. And in the first overtime, they were both very, very even.
It's been almost a year since the last double overtime game here in the Shoe. Unfortunately, the Bears came out on the wrong end of an 88-84 loss to Tusculum back on January 29th of 2020, hoping for a different outcome today. But what a well-played game for Lenoir-Rhyne. Very hot in the first half. Obviously, they weren't going to be able to keep up that torrid pace. Cooled off in the second, but still giving themselves a chance to win it against one of the best teams in the conference in the region, Anderson, who enters today 11-6 overall, 10-5 in the league, but have gotten all they can handle from Lenoir-Rhyne as the second jump ball in overtime. Wilson and Bailey and the Trojans control this one. Cutter walks it over midcourt. 38 minutes played for Cutter, 45 for Harmon. Iron women out there, but the first shot of the second overtime is no good. Hooks with the board.
Yeah, rebounds are going to be very, very crucial in this overtime, as we've seen just about even across the board for both teams rebounding.
9 boards in this one for Nakia Hooks, and we got a foul off the ball. Cutter is going to send Kennedy Waite to the line, and that's the 4th for Cutter. Huge, huge turn of events there for the Lenoir-Rhyne fans, as Cutter now 1 away from being disqualified from this one.
8 for 9 from the free throw line is Lenoir-Rhyne, and 5 for 9 is Anderson.
Kennedy Waite misfires on the first, as I was just about to talk about how good of a free throw percentage she has in her career. She's hitting 84.3% in her 4 years at Lenoir-Rhyne, but misfires on the first, has a chance on the second to give Lenoir-Rhyne a 1-point lead. As she steps up and misfires on that one, but Wilson with the rebound and the putback, and it's 71-69, Lenoir-Rhyne.
She's got 4 points on the night so far, both coming from overtime. Both off second chance points as well.
Cutter takes it up top. Anderson trying to run their zone beater. The Bears have sat in this 2-3 zone for 46 minutes, and they aren't changing it. Swinging it up top. Just passing it around the perimeter is Anderson. Cutter launches, no good. Harmon, rebound number 9, 1 away from a double-double for the freshman. It would be her second of the season as she walks it up. 3:54 to play in this one. The Bears have a chance to push it to a 2-possession lead here. Woodruff to Waite. Waite in the lane. Goes up with it. Converts. Kennedy Waite, the senior on senior day, with a big second overtime bucket, and the Bears are up 4.
Adding to her total, she's now has 12 points on the night.
And the Bears have needed all 12 of those. Michelle, though, with trying to answer. Great dish, but cannot convert. Caitlin Bailey with a great look. She can't finish. The freshman comes up short as the Bears bring it up the court. 3 minutes to play. Sydney Wilson with 7 boards after that last rebound. Hand off to Woodruff. Woodruff thought about the 3. She's going to take it. A pull-up from just inside and hit, and the Bears +6.
Woodruff now with 14 points on the night. The Bears extending their lead to 6.
8-0 run for the Bears over the last 3:35. Hit 4 of their last 5 field goal attempts, as Anderson desperately needs an answer, down 6, 2:40 to play. And they don't get it, they get a turnover. Bad pass. Couple bad possessions in a row for Caitlin Bailey. Missed the layup and then threw that one out of bounds. As we take a look at this, Ashley Woodruff pull up. Too much room for the sophomore. Knocks it down. She's got 14. And a basket here could spell serious trouble for Anderson.
You cannot have those mistakes this late in the game, in this crucial part of the game in double overtime. You're giving the Bears a 6-point lead. We saw what they could do early in this game if they get hot.
Woodruff finds Waite. Waite pulls it back out, guarded by Campbell tightly. Wilson with the ball screen. Waite drives. Waite puts it up. No good. Anderson rebound. Brittany Bailey with the board. She gets it up to Cutter. Cutter's pushing. Anderson needs one here. Into Michelle. Back out to Cutter for 3. No good. Big rebound. Offensive rebound. Brittany Bailey. Campbell swings it to Cutter. Time running down. 1:55 to play. Bears up 6 still. A lot of contact, and they get the foul call. Brittany Bailey draws the contact. She will go to the line for a pair. Let's see who they called that one against. I believe it was on Sydney Wilson. Her 3rd. Both teams with 5 now, so free throws the rest of the way.
Only 2 players in foul troubles for each team. Mallory Sherrill has 4, and Jemiah Cutter has 4. And Jemiah Cutter's been a huge part of this game for this Trojans team, and not having her be able to be as as she wants is very crucial.
Big missed free throws, and Anderson has misfired on a bunch of late free throws, and it might cost them in this one. Just 5 of 11 from the line as a 67% shooter, and Bailey goes 0 for 2. And it's Bears plus 6 with a minute 30. A bucket here might spell the end for Anderson, but 7 to shoot. Wait, high screen from Wilson. There's contact on the screen, and the call is on Anderson. Wilson will go to the line. They're going to call a foul on trying to fight through the screen. Maggie Campbell whistled for her second, and it's actually going to be Kennedy Waite heading to the line. So she went 0 for 2 on her last trip, and she buries that one. Bears 76, Trojans 69, 1:24 to go as Waite steps up for her second free throw.
Now 9.
Up and in, and we got a substitution. Crooks in for Kennedy Waite.
10 for 13 from the free throw line for the Bears. It's not going to help Anderson putting them on the line at all.
Trojans just 5 of 11 from the charity stripe as Cutter needs something, and they need something quick. Down 8, a minute 15 to play. Campbell swings it to Gatson. Gatson looking in. Michelle, turnaround, jumper. No good. Emily Harmon, double-double for the freshman. She grabs the rebound, her 10th. Just putting in work all 50 minutes out there. 27 points, 10 boards, 4 assists for the freshman. Definitely going to get some looks for freshman of the year in this league as she draws the foul and will go to the line. Cutter's fouled out. That is number 5, and this one is falling out of reach for the Trojans.
You can't begin to talk about what a huge game for the Bears this is. They were, they came out strong, didn't have a great second half at all, played tough in the first overtime, and then they basically just took over in this second overtime. They're 2 games out of 8th place going into the SAC tournament. This win is going to be huge for this young team.
78-69. Harmon buried all 5 of her free throw attempts, heading for the 6th to make it a double-digit advantage for Lenoir-Rhyne, and she does. Anderson held scoreless for the first 4 minutes and 15 seconds of this overtime period. The Bears on a 10-0 run. Campbell launches one, no good. Woodruff with the board. That might do it here in the shoe. Double overtime, 50 minutes of hoops, and Anderson could not pull it out in the overtime period. No points scored in this second overtime. The Bears defense steps up, holds them to 0 for 6 shooting as Harmon goes back to the line looking to get a 30-burger. And she converts 7 of 7 from the free throw line.
She now has a double-double, too, as well as 3 steals on the night, knocking down the last free throw, making her total 31 points on the night.
I scored 34 points in my college career, so hats off to Emily Harmon, who grabs another rebound. There's a fight for it. Guess who comes away, and she's going to the line again. Emily Harmon might get up to 33. She might beat my college total in one night, Chris.
That's all right. She's definitely going to be in the talks for Freshman Player of the Year in the whole conference. She's just played outstanding this entire season as well as tonight. But you can't just highlight her. You gotta talk a little bit about Kennedy Waite having 14 points as well, 3 rebounds, and Ashley Woodruff, who has 14 points and 3 rebounds as well, a couple steals and assists.
Unbelievably, the Bears on a 14-0 run in this second overtime. Anderson scoreless as the Bears are going to get Olivia Nunn and Addison DeLucas out there. There are 2 of their 3 seniors out there that are going to close out this win here in the shoe. A memorable moment for all 3 seniors as Anderson looks to just salvage something late. Running out of time in this one. That's no good. They're going to go. I spoke too soon. Foul call on Nakia Hooks, and they're going to shoot free throws. I wanted so badly to say they're going to go 5 minutes without scoring, but they got a shot at the free throw line.
you can't begin to talk about what this Bears team in front of fans for the first time since January. And they're going to get their first win today in front of their parents and fans. Huge win for the Bears.
5 of 12 from the line for Anderson. And over the last 6:26, the Bears, a 16-0 run, closing out the first overtime and into this second overtime. The last 16 points of this one to the Bears. One free throw good for Anderson, but it's too little, too late. The Bears somehow in double overtime still win by 13. The final score isn't indicative of how close this one is, but a win is a win for Lenoir-Rhyne. 4-10 on the season, 4-9 in the conference, and a serious momentum boost as we head towards March.
Yeah, huge win for the Bears. They were 2 games out of 8th place. This gets them a little bit more confidence as they're getting all their players back. Huge night for Emily Harmon, a big senior night for Kennedy Waite. What can't you say about this game? Double overtime. As you're looking at the total of the final stats, 75 total shots for the Bears.
And, you can't say enough about a team that had a tough week this week. A loss to Mars Hill, a loss to Wingate, close losses. Had a tough season altogether, but instead of packing it in, they come back and have one of their best performances of the season. So great to have some fans in the stadium. We got the cheerleaders in here, and it feels good to get this win here in the shoe.
Absolutely, Jay-Z. You couldn't have said it better.
Well, signing off in this one, we will be back in about 25 minutes for the men's game as the Bears take on Anderson, and an equally as big contest. But for my broadcast partner, Chris Rickenbaugh, I am Director of Athletic Communications, Jeremy Zalaka. Hang with us in about 25 minutes. We'll be back for the men's game. But in this one, the Bears, 83-70 over Anderson.